بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الأساتذة الأفاضل والحضور أجمع، حياكم الله أينما كنتم. معكم مدرس جمان شكيب الهلالي، قسم اللغة الإنجليزية، التربية للبنات، الجامعة العراقية. مرحبا بكم في الورشة الموسومة Writing Test Papers المقدمة بالتعاون مع الدكتور سوسن صالح سرية. The clearer and more accurate the test paper is, the easier becomes to respond to. Teachers will say that this is very easy and it is done by all of us. In fact, this is not always the case. Out of being preoccupied with a lot of responsibilities, lack of experience, shortage of time, the need to submit many test samples, and many other factors may result in a test paper which is ambiguous in its directions, inaccurate, misleading in general, very lengthy, or having any other inaccuracies. So the following are some reminding points to design an accurate test paper. The first point to pay attention to is that test papers should be free from spelling and grammatical mistakes and punctuation errors, because these inaccuracies confuse the testees a lot and badly affect the test paper, misleading the students far away from the correct answer. Another point to pay attention to is that to choose the test material from reliable sources, authentic books. For example, the passages in comprehension exams, if not taken from the textbook itself, they should be chosen from reliable sources to guarantee their language, the grammar, the vocabulary, the spelling, and the information mentioned. Another reminding point concerns numbering the questions and sub-questions and the items correctly. Well, numbering of questions and sub-questions and items may sound trivial, but it may lead to a problem inside the class. Many of us, I'm sure, have encountered such inaccuracy. The testees keep on asking about the numbering of the questions, trying to get sure, which causes loss in time. A remarkably essential point is that the directions for each question should be accurately and concisely worded. The marks should be allotted and the time for the whole test. Well, it is widely known that if the testee understands the direction, he or she can answer well and easily. And conversely, if the direction is ambiguous or very lengthy and detailed, students would keep on asking about the required task. So as to the marks and time, they should be mentioned clearly. Now, if we take an example about the direction and the clarity of direction, if the teacher wants his or her students to write the correct word chosen from among 3 or 4 choices, MCQ items, which would be accurate to write? Write the correct answer or choose the correct answer? In a question that requires completion and spaces are provided for writing in, the direction, complete the following sentences, is ambiguous. Why? Because the testee will be confused where to write the few words, on his or her answer paper or to write the whole sentence. Thus, the direction, complete the following and write the full answers in your answer paper, is the clear one. The questions should be clear as much as possible, syntactically and semantically speaking. They should not be loaded with extremely difficult lexical items or complex syntactic structures. And if it happens and there are two or three or more difficult words, the teacher may give their meanings, and the teacher may also rephrase some expressions mentioned in the questions. Another recommended point regarding test paper writing is to avoid ambiguity as much as possible. There are sources of ambiguity, and they are many. Like, for example, words that give generalizations, as in the frequency adverbs, the modal verbs, the double negatives, the indefinite pronouns, and many other sources. An example of double negatives is the sentence, "None of the experiment steps was unnecessary." If you look at the affirmative form, "all the steps in the experiment were necessary," it sounds clearer. The readability.